Hello, everyone. My name is Yu Zhao uh, from Credit One Bank. Today, I will be presenting our purposed solution to enhance the credit card fraud detection using machine learning. As a financial institution, protecting sensitive data and ensuring customer trust is essential to everything what we do. But with the rise of sophisticated fraud tactic, our current system are struggling. I'll walk you through the issue, the business impact, and the practical solution that we can implement. Our our current fraud detection system are primarily rule-based on uh, means they'll use the static threshold and the logical to flag a suspicious transaction. While this system worked in the past, they can keep up with the rapidly evolving tactic used in fraud today, especially synthetic identity fraud and the advanced account takeover. The rules are simply too grounded and creative. As a result, we're seeing delayed response and more fraud leading through the cracks. The consequences are significant. According to Nelson report, global credit card fraud loss hit 32 billion in 2023. These losses not only affect our bottom line, they erode customer trust and the damage of our brand. We also spend more on operation overhead from handling disputes, chargeback, and investigations. So what's the root cause and what is driving the problem? Three main focus, three main issues. First one, our static rules set cannot adapt to new fraud pattern. Second, we lack of real-time behavior analysis, so we don't use suspicious activity unfolding. Third, we still rely heavily on manual transaction review, which are slow and inconsistent. To address this, I recommend a three-part solution. First, we move to a machine learning-based fraud detection system. Second, we integrate real-time analytics for quick decision. And third, we reinforce the customer identity check using multi-factor authentication. This approach not only strengthens security, but also improves the user experience. What's the advantage of machine learning? Machine learning model can learn from the past transaction data. They detect patterns that are too complex for human or static rule to see. They also reduce positive, so we flag fewer legitimate transactions, saving time and frustration for customer and analytics. Most importantly, they can operate in real time. Here is the explanation. Example, some of the model we use include logistic regression, which helps classify transaction as fraudulent or not based on historical feature. Decision tree, which are easier to interrupt and helpful identify specific fraud path. And third, anomaly detection model, which identify unusual behavior that derive from customer typical transaction profile. These tools allow us to adapt quickly and stay ahead of the fraud trend. Let me give you some quick example. A fraudulent account was recently opened existing a mix of real and fake information. Because of the first transaction seems normal, the rule-based system didn't flag it, but a machine learning model would have picked up on subtle inconsistencies, such as mismatched spelling pattern, and flagged it immediately. And for multi-factor authentication, we can also protect against unauthorized access by implementing multi-factor authentication of MFA. This requires the user to verify they identify use two or more method, like the pass, print, and password, a fingerprint, or a code sent to their device. It's a cost-effective way to block account takeover. Real-time analytics. We will add real-time analytics. This means suspicious behavior flagged uh, instantly, not an hour later. Alert can be reviewed immediately, preventing fraud from escalating, reduce the fraud window, and keep response real time. And here is our implementation plan. First one, form a decided fraud analytics task force. Gather and clean historical transaction data. Third one, evaluate a uh, vendor like FICO, Falcon, or SAS. Fourth, launch a pilot project to test effectiveness. Lastly, train fraud system and customer service team on how to work with the new model. Governance and monitoring. Implementation isn't a one-time event. We will set up regular retraining of our model using new data, auditing them for base drift, and fine-tune detection threshold as part of pattern evolve. This ensures that the system stay effective long term. By doing this, by doing this, we expect it to reduce fraud loss by 25 to 40% in the first year, according to McKinsey's 2023 reports. We also improve customer satisfaction by reducing false alarm and protecting the accounts more reliably. Finally, this position as a secure and forward-thinking leader in our industry. Of course, there are costs and to consider. We will need upfront investment in data infrastructure, as well as time spent on model training, staff development. But we will mitigate risk by running pilot tests and finishing our rollout. The long-term saving and fraud prevention significantly outweigh the initial cost. Conclusion: fraud is involving and aware and also must weigh. Static systems are no longer enough. By adopting machine learning and real-time analytics, we can protect both our customer and our company. This is more than a security upgrade. It's a strategic investment in trust, effectively efficiency, and long-term reliance. And here is the reference that I use for this project. And thank you for everyone. If you have any question, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you.